Hey everyone, Westy here. Just rigging up a rod. About to head out in the next couple of days. I'm about to put the Lowrance GHOST on the water. So the video you're about to watch is the installation of the Lowrance GHOST on my Quintrex 9.5 Explorer and how easy it is to install. So let's go right ahead and watch the installation. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, I've got my old electric motor off. I've got the base down on the GHOST. I've just located one screw in here. It's not screwed down, but it's just located just to see if it will line up roughly with what I had on here before. So the key is you want to have the base as close as you can to the center of your boat, but also when it's stored away, the head of this, you don't want it hanging outside of your boat. Because if you're traveling along, you're possibly going to hit something. You want to keep it inside the boat, your hull of the boat, so it's not an obstruction for anyone. So the next stage is locating the front of this onto the actual mount itself. It's 2 screws. All you need to do is you lift it up. You've got to lift it up a little bit higher, push it across and slide it down to locate it. And then you have these 2 bolts here, and you just drop them in here and you tighten them up. Follow your instructions, as it'll tell you what tension that these Allen key screws need to be tensioned to. So what I've done here, I've screwed it on. I've located it as close as I can to the center of the boat. Okay, this is in the stowed position. So we'll come along here and we'll look straight down the gunnel rail. Now see that electric motor is inside the boat. So it's not hanging outside, it's exactly where you want. I've just put a little support here just to help it, because when you put it in this position, it wants to tip up off the front. So like I said, I only had a locating screw, so I've just got a screw in there locating a hole. So where it is now, I'm happy with that. So that's the positioning I'm going to put it in. So then I'm going to put it back in the position as if you're engaging it into the water. So then I can take off the front piece again and just locate the holes with the marker and re-drill them. So then I can put the screws in to mount this on. So this is just putting it on so I can locate the exact spot in which I'm wanting to place it. I've located the holes, I've drilled the holes, I've used a 6.8 mil bit, and that's enough for these screws to fit in. Nice, and they're not loose but they're not tight. Drop it in, and what you always have to do before you go too crazy, I had this in experience from before, is you just got to make sure that there is nothing in the way. There is bracing off the front, in the front of this section, so all these screws have plenty of room around them. They're not going through a brace or anything. So now what I'll do is I'll pull these out, I'll place the base back on, and we'll screw it in place. Okay, just a quick tip, which I put this strap on in the wrong location, so I had it reversed. So I want the buckle on this side, alright, so then you can get your strap. Alright, strap it up. Makes way more sense doing it this way and having the strap on that side like that. So as you come up the front, you can grab this easy enough, pull it over, your strap's sitting on the front deck, it's like sitting over here on the side, dangling in the water and everything. That's how I had it. And this buckle, I don't want it hitting my gunner rail, which is nicely freshly painted and shiny. So that's my little quick tip. I had to undo the bolts, loosen them up, lift it up, and refeed this strap the other way. So buckle on the left side, nice and short, so then all your slack is sitting on there and not in the water. Hot tip. Time to do the gas strut. Okay, gas strut goes in here, there's an anchor point here, and there's one at the top. But follow the sticker. This end up, okay? That end up, pretty simple. Okay, so the parts that we need a barrel, 2 washers, and a screw that goes on the end. Now this is going to be the tricky little part, because you've got to get the washer in here. Okay, get the washer in there, push the gas strut over, slide this in, so then it lines up, like so. Then don't slide it all the way across, because then you've got to get the next one. Slide it down, then slide the pin all the way across. Okay, it's all the way across, all is good. Then you just have to put this end on the other side, which actually screws into the barrel. Okay, it's nipped up now to where the glue sits. 2 Phillips head screwdrivers, and we are tightening all the way in. That's all the way in. So you'll notice it's free, it sits in there, but it's tight because there's glue in the thread. Okay, then the next is we've got to apply it to up there. So which we'll have to move this electric motor to where it sits. Okay, now that bottom bracket goes up and down, so you can possibly let it dry, and then you just need to line it up. Now this is going to be tricky. I recommend you're going to need 2 people for this, if this is the way you're going to do it, because the bottom bit goes up and down a little bit. There's a fair bit of movement, but there's also a lot of weight on the electric motor here. So we'll just stop here, and I'll just get someone to help me just with this part. Alright, we've done the top part of the gas strut now. Same thing. All I did is I put the washer in behind here, I pushed the gas strut over, then I put the barrel in, which holds the washer in place. And then I slid the barrel halfway across into this section of where the gas strut is, pushed the other washer in there, then pushed it all the way through and did the top bit up, same as the bottom. So now the gas strut's in. Alright, so now it'll assist it down. Nice. Okay, now next step, the prop. Prop's very thick, very hard plastic. So I would have thought the prop would have been a little bit bigger, but to me, smaller prop to me means maybe more torque. So here we go. Here's the pin. It goes in the shaft. On the back of the prop is a slot that the pin sits in. Alright, so you need to make sure that you slide it all the way in as far as it goes. You grab the washer, grab the nut, 17mm. Pretty simple. You put it on. It's a nylon nut, so it's going to grab real quick. Alrighty. Grab your ratchet and tighten it up. I'm just holding the prop with my hand to stop it from spinning and holding it against that pin as tight as possible. Okay. Okay, so that's all the way in. Okay, that's all nice and tight. That's as simple as that. Can't wait to see this in the water. Alrighty, next thing is the stabilizer. Okay, I've turned this upside down. So then what you need to do is you need to put it onto the deck. You need to put it up next to where it's going to get threaded into. They say 20mm down from the top. Alrighty, so that's about 20mm there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a grinder and I'm going to cut that. Okay? We've cut it down, put the rubber stop on the end. Now I'm just going to put this plastic nut all the way down to there, and then we're going to screw it into here. Alright, screw it, there we go. Now we're going to put it down and see where it sits. Okay, there's a click, and the foot's not quite there yet. So what we'll do is we'll unscrew it until it hits the deck. Click. That there is firm. It's got a little bit of room, a little bit of play there. That's because I've got a bit of flex in the front of my boat. So there's a little bit extra thread sitting out of there. So what that means was I hadn't allowed for that little bit of flex in the front of my boat, but it's a stay. That's rigid, that's not going anywhere. You can make it look a lot neater, give yourself an extra length to start with, but it's the flex in the front that's played games with me there. But that's it, that's how you put the stay on. Alrighty, we're up to installing the compass for the trolling motor. So I'll put the rubber grommet, O-ring, whatever you want to call it. I'll place that inside there. That's quite easy, don't need to explain that one. So there's an arrow section on here, and that needs to point forward, and it needs to be as parallel as you possibly can with the keel of the boat. So that's a directional thing because it is a compass. You need to drill a hole big enough for this fitting to slide through, and then you have all the cables that come from the foot pedal. So it's going to connect to the foot pedal. So the location of this compass needs to be 60 centimeters or more, so they say, from any interfering electronics. So that's why I've gone right into the corner here. That's the cable. The cable's going to be long enough to get to my foot pedal. So this is the location I've put it, out of the way, as well as it's the right distance away from the electric motor itself. So I'll go pre-drill these holes, I'll mark the holes, drill them, screw them all down, and then I'll attach the power to the foot pedal. Alright, we've installed the foot pedal. Luckily enough, for my last electric motors I had a sunken footwell, but I'm pretty sure any alley fabricator could whip you up one. So I've just got holes in the front that have got all the cables going through it. I've screwed it down to this. All I've got to do now is screw the well itself to the deck. And on the other end, which is the power end, I'll put an Anderson clip. It's just something I do. I've got an Anderson plug there that comes back from a 24 volt battery. So all I'm going to do is plug that in, and then double check that it's hooked to the battery, and that'll give us power. Alright, we're in the boat. It's connected to the battery. Let's see if we've got power. Bang. Power. Power. Yeah. So that's the completion of the install of the Ghost. Everything went well. Very easy to do. What'd you say, mate? What is it? A ghost?
Yeah, ghost.
Lowrance Ghost?
Yeah, my ghost.
Haha, that a boy. So until next time, guys, we'll be on the water giving this thing a water test. So until then, thank you.